Hi guys, this is Ratchet Throw, and we are playing Criminal Case, another elite mode. This time I went through, I went through my list of elite modes that you guys actually suggested, and I went by to see whose suggestion was waiting for a bit longer than usual, and I found out that on top of my list was Case 44 in World Edition. Murder he wrote. So I'm going to do this case in the next 4 videos. Not looking at who's the killer, no. Need to forget. Let's go. In Argentina. Caterina, Antarctica was fascinating, but I'm glad we exchanged those snowy vistas for Argentinian warmth. And I hope you thawed out enough to continue our investigation. We learned that Sambra were forced to abandon their expedition to Antarctica several decades ago. After which the Sambra explorers returned to Argentina. We need to discover what they did next. Caterina, tracing these earliest records of Sambra's activity might reveal how they became the global threat we know today. Around here, Biblioteca Granadon would be our best bet for unearthing old documents. Then you should go there. Caterina, allow me to accompany you and Michelle. I've wanted to visit this library for years. Alright, you can come. I haven't had enough coffee to deal with your enthusiasm, Armand. Your expertise might be needed. I'll make sure you stay focused. Alright, let's go. Caterina, quelle chance. I fear the library would be closed at this early hour, but the door stands wide open. Blessed to have some good luck for once. Let's start on these archives. Alright, let's go. And there's blood. And one murder guy. And lots of blood. Glasses case. And what's this? Oh dear God, Caterina. The library door being wide open didn't mean we were welcome here. It meant there was a corpse for us to find. Michael Horror, a murder in a library? What doesn't disgrace a temple of knowledge in this gruesome way? Gruesome is right. The victim has... How many stab wounds is that in his body, Caterina? Yes, I also counted 23. Talk about overkill. So, who had it in for him? Caterina, how could you examine the victim closely enough to count the... But no, how could it be? Now that I myself look at this man. I recognize him. He's the renowned Argentinian writer Ernesto Carpena. Who'd kill the author Royela de Ficciones? The world's lost a literary genius. Every losing time from our investigation to Sambra. We gotta go through the archives with a murderer nearby. Well, I'm here if you require advice about the clues you find. Good to know. And you're right, Caterina, this parchment could have got torn during the murder. Fixing it might yield some answers. And this glasses case was close enough to the body to be suspect. There's some hair on it. Let's grab a sample. Caterina, I know you can wrap this case up in no time. You know me. Let's restore the torn parchment. Wait, is it portrait or horizontal? What the hell? Oh my, it's hard. Ah, here we go. And that looks like a threat, and I just wanted to ask, why would you write it on a parchment? Katarina, the writing of this parchment says, by this art you may contemplate the variation of 23 stab wounds. 23 stab wounds? You're right, that's how many there were in the victim's body. This can't be a coincidence. The killer must have written this message. And why 23 stab wounds? But why write this nonsensical phrase? Katarina, I can explain this. Your text is paraphrasing a quote. By this art you may contemplate the variation of 23 letters. This line is the epigraph to a short story by Georges-Louis Bourges, The Library of Babel. Do you see, Katarina? The Library of Babel? And this murder set in a library? This catcher of a kill paraphrased Bourges to make a sick joke. Well, this Bourges reading killer may take it as a read that Katarina will soon put it behind bars. Bourges. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Alright, now the glasses case. Oh, I'm just gonna get some hair from it. Katarina, let's put the hair you got off that glasses case under the microscope. We need to know who dropped their belongings at the crime scene. I was just watching the light, I thought it was flickering. And my lamp flickers every time somebody plugs in the vacuum cleaner. Lorena Prax. And you are? Katarina. The hair you found on the glasses case matches one Lorena Prax. According to our database, Lorena works at the library. The bot may have already run into her back there. We need to ask Lorena whether she's seen the victim and why her glasses were near his body. A little suspicious, but still we're gonna interrogate you to see if you saw the victim before he died. Miss Prax, what can you tell Inspector Katarina about Ernesto Carpena? He's been murdered, and I heard about the murder as soon as I arrived at work. Senor Carpena's death is such a loss to literature, and to think it happened here. When Senor Carpena started coming here to work on his new book, we were so honored. We even gave him his own key to get in day or night. Que dommage that he'll never finish his new book. What was it about? Adventure, I think? Senor Carpena was researching a mythical treasure of the Conquistadors. That's fascinating. Well, Inspector Katarina found your glasses case next to the corpse, and my spare glasses case was next to... I won't ever be able to wear those glasses again. That'll teach me to lose my things all over the library. Can you tell us anything else about the victim? I only know that Senor Carpena liked a neighborhood called La Boca. Many scenes in his Rayola de Ficciones are set there. Thank you, Miss Prax. You've been most helpful. Pin. Katarina, will you be desolate if I don't accompany you to La Boca? The mythical treasure Senorita Prax mentioned intrigues me, so I'd like to investigate it. don't worry, Armand. I'm sure Katrina will somehow manage to search La Boca with just my help. Well, we need the help with something else regarding the literature or languages. We'll call you back. For now, let's just go to the next crime scene. Oh, you left your phone there. Katrina, that's our victim's photo on this phone you found. He must have dropped it here. We should unlock it. And you're right, this wine bottle's label has a message addressed to the victim. But the message wore off. Let's recover it. Okay. Alright, let's dust the bottle. Well, let's dust the bottle. That's what we're doing. The message on the wine bottle says, Signor Capena, to you with compliments, Facundo. But who's this generous Facundo? Let me check our database. Katrina, the person who gave the wine to our victim is Facundo Vidal, a tango dancer. How did this tango dancer know our writer? We better ask him. Alright. Alright, let's unlock the phone now. Lots of files, not surprised. Katrina, I'm not tech expert. Let's get the victim's phone to Elliot. Well, we can search the folders ourselves, but for hacking, we are gonna send it to Elliot. Well, he's gonna do both now. 18 hours, wow. Why does it take so long? Instead of 3, or rather 6. Hola, are you here for tango classes? You'll dance and awaken your inner passion. No, not for dancing. I only dance when nobody's looking. That's not why we are here. Mr. Vidal, we are investigating the murder of Ernesto Carpena. What? Senor Carpena? Senor Carpena's dead? No. That's terrible. He was a good man, and he wrote with passion. At least, I think so. Senor Carpena wrote here sometimes. He'd sit at his usual table, drink wine. I encouraged Senor Carpena's visits. He attracted the public. More tango classes for me. But now he'll never drink the wine I gave him, because he's dead. And that's tragic. Tragic like an aborted tango. Well, don't dance away from this area, Mr. Vidal, in case Lisbeth or Katrina needs to talk to you later. I don't like this guy. 23 stab wounds, is that what killed him? Katrina, you're sure efficient at finding me work. I've only just joined your team, and this is already my second autopsy. Yes, soon I'll be astonished if I'm not greeted by a fresh corpse in every new country I visit. That's how it is with Katerina. Anyway, you want to know about that poor writer. The victim was first hit over the head with a blunt object. Then the killer tied him up, probably so that it would be easier to torture him, or so I assume. Because stabbing the victim 23 times goes beyond simple murder. Another fact supporting the torture hypothesis is that there was a number of cigarette burns on the body. Oh my. Which also lets us know that your killer smokes. Well, they do say smoking kills. I hope you'll smoke out this killer soon, Katerina. Oh my gosh, 23 stab wounds and cigarette burns. My gosh, you really had it in for Ernesto. Alright, what about the phone? Katerina, great news. I finally fixed Bob. We got a functioning satellite again. Glad to hear it, but we were actually here about the victim's phone. Did you find anything? I tell you about the satellite, you're still on about beastly phones? Just go on. It was clearly the victim's personal phone, messages from his wife, that kind of thing. The victim was married. They will need to talk to his wife. Who is she? Ernesto's wife, name's Evangelina. Seems to be a lady of leisure. She sent her husband a lot of messages about his writing and... Young Elliot, I seek your expertise. I'm chasing down rumors of a treasure, and I require your geoloco GP thingy, your help. The pond, no offense, but I'm not interested in your weird... Wait, did you say you were looking for something? Perfect! Bob needs a workout. Treasure, whatever. Bring it on. Well, I'm glad you're entertained. Meanwhile, Katrina and I have a new suspect to interrogate. You two have fun while we interrogate. Alright, let's go to Evangelina. Buenos dias, officers. I suppose you'll hear about my husband's death. I just heard about it. It's senseless, incomprehensible. Mrs. Carpena, we understand that it's a difficult time, but could you tell Lisbeth or Katrina about your husband? Did he have enemies? Enemies? Ernesto? No, he was much loved. Today, I don't mourn alone. The whole of Argentina mourns the author of Rayola de Ficciones. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, guys. Ernesto was working on a new book about the mythical conquistadors' treasure. His life being so cruelly extinguished is... Perdoneme, Lisbeth, Katrina. I can't contain my emotions. Of course, Mrs. Carpena. Just please let Lisbeth and Katrina know if you remember anything important. Alright. Katrina, we came to Argentina to discover what happened to an old Sombra cell. But instead we found a renowned writer tortured to death in a library. I don't like putting Sombra on the back burner, Katerina, but you can't leave such a violent murderer at large. Everyone we've talked to, from the victim's wife to our flamboyant tango dancer, praised him and his creative genius. It's like he was a national treasure. Speaking of treasure, the victim was apparently writing a book about one, but... Katrina, funny that you should mention treasure, because the opponent and I have been looking into it. And we know exactly where the treasure is. Oh, so there it is? Alright, we're gonna stop here, we're gonna continue playing in chapter 2. So, thank you for watching, don't leave a like to this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!